Hey everyone, it's Shauna. So I have never really been a big fan of like making New Year's resolutions. I think it's just silly, and it's, it's so arbitrary that it's like January 1st, let's change who we are, new year, new you. I just think it's silly. But I am a big fan of like making goals for myself, not necessarily at the beginning of the year, just anytime, trying to push myself in certain aspects of my life. So what I've decided to do, I'm turning 25 this week on Friday the 16th, which is really exciting. I decided that for this year, I'm gonna make a list of 25 things to do while I'm 25. So these will start from January 16th of this year until January 16th of next year when I turn 26. And there's just 25 things that I wanna do. So I made the list, and then I thought, why not make a video of it? Because then I'm making myself super accountable, because now literally the entire internet, if they want to, can watch this video and can be like, Shauna, have you done these things? And then I have to own up to someone. I have to own up to it. If I don't do them, people will know. It's not just like, oh yeah, I'm gonna do these things, but like no one's really gonna know. If I don't do them, no one's gonna find out. So I made my list and I checked it twice, and I thought I would share with you guys the 25 things that I'm going to do while I'm 25. Number one is take a cooking class. I love cooking. It is like, it relaxes me. It's when I stressed out, I'm just like, go to the kitchen. And I love cooking, but I don't want to say I'm in a rut of cooking, but like I have my recipes that I kind of like are standard, and I love making them. I'm pretty good at making them, but like I never really branch out. Like rarely do I just like try something new unless it's like recommended to me by like a close friend or family member. So I thought it would be fun to take a cooking class so I can kind of like learn some new things and try some new recipes and just have more fun in the kitchen. Number two is to hike part of the East Coast Trail. So the East Coast Trail goes along the east coast of Newfoundland, and I'm pretty sure it goes like from the top right down to the bottom. But like part of it goes through the area that I live in. So I want to hike part of the East Coast Trail, not the whole thing, because that would like take a long time, but part of it. Number three is to run a 5K. I used to run, not like a lot in high school, but like, I did a few 5Ks. I think I even did a 10K, and then I just kind of stopped. And like, I used to really enjoy running, so I want to kind of like get back into it, and I figure that the best way to get back into it is to like not force myself, but like sign up for a 5K, and then like, you gotta do it. Number four is to learn how to play a song on the ukulele. I have a ukulele on top of my bookshelf. I don't think you can see it, that I borrowed from some friends last spring, and it's been sitting up there, and I keep telling myself that I'm gonna learn how to play it, and I haven't. So I don't want to be like a pro like ukulele player, but like know how to like play a song. I think that would be cool. Number five is to learn Spanish. I already obviously speak English and French, and I've always wanted to learn Spanish, and like I know a little bit, and like because I speak French, I can kind of understand a little bit of Spanish, but I want to be able to like, not be fluent, but like be able to go to a Spanish speaking country and like be able to get by, you know what I mean? Number six is to dye part of my hair pink, and I'm actually doing that later this week so that I have pink hair on my birthday. That'll be the first thing that I do, but I have blonde hair and I've always wanted pink, and I just want to put, it's not gonna be all pink, just a couple little streaks. It's just temporary. But yeah, make part of my hair pink, and my mom's not excited about that one. Number seven is to write and finish a novel. So I have done NaNoWriMo, National Novel Writing Month, for the last 5 years. So I have 5 half-written novels on my computer. I want to finish one. I want to actually like finish the story, edit it. That doesn't mean I'll go anywhere with it. I probably won't publish it because but I want to actually finish one, not just have these bunch of half-written novels on my computer, because like that's ridiculous. Number 8 is to start a food blog. I've been wanting to do that for like probably over a year. Like I said, I love cooking, I love eating, I just love food. So I want to start a food blog. It's not gonna be one of those ones that like post new recipe every day. It'll be kind of sporadic, but just like sharing recipes that I try, like restaurant reviews, stuff like that, just a food blog. Number 9 is to try hot yoga. So I've done yoga a few times in my life, and I think it's a really good exercise. It's definitely different from like cardio or lifting weights, but I think it's a fun exercise. And I've heard that like hot yoga, although like super sweaty and gross, is like just really good for you. So I want to try it at least once. Number 10 is to read 50 new books this year. I have a habit of rereading books, which is fun because like when you love a book and then you don't read it for a while and you go back and reread it, you're like, yes, but like, homegirl needs to read some new books. Like, this is getting ridiculous. So I think 50, I've done 50 books in a year before. So I want to read 50. That's a solid number, but new books. Books I have not already read. So if you have any suggestions of books you think I might like, please let me know. Number 11 is to pay it forward at least 5 times. So that just means like if I am, you know, in line at Tim Hortons, I pay for the coffee from the person behind me. If I'm ever in a drive-through, you know, doing something like that, just like pay it forward, because I have never done that. I tried to one time. I was in a drive-through and there was no one behind me. And I was like, darn it! I was trying to pay it forward and there was no one there. But I just like, I like the idea of it, and you know, I think it makes you feel good to be like, yeah, I paid for theirs. And then I remember hearing one time on the news that it was like, what was it, like over 100 people like paid it forward. Like one person started, the next person was like, oh, yours has already been paid for, so they paid for the person behind them, and then it just kept going and going, and I just think that's really cool. So I want to pay it forward at least 5 times. Number 12 is to send 10 postcards this year. So I think that with like email and the internet and like texting and all of that, that snail mail has just gone down the drain. And I think postcards are just like when you travel somewhere and then you send someone a postcard from that place. I think it's just really cool. So I'm gonna be kind of all over the place this year. So I'm going to try and send at least 10 postcards from the different places that I travel this year. Number 13 is to learn how to make 5 different cocktails. So I am gonna be 25, and literally all I know how to do is open a bottle of beer, pour a glass of wine, and like pour estimated amount of vodka and mix it with a juice or a soda. I don't know how to make cocktails. And like, not that I'm gonna go work at a bar, but like it would be nice to be like, yes, I do know how to make a martini. Oh, you would like a tequila sunrise? Well, I know how to make that. So I don't know how I'm gonna learn. I'm not gonna take like a class. I'll probably just like YouTube it, but like actually know. So that if someone is ever like, hey, what's in a Singapore sling or whatever it's called? That's not what it's called. You know what it's called. I can be like, oh, it is this amount of this and this and this. Or like, you know, I just think it would be good to know how to actually make 5 different cocktails, 5 like classic cocktails. I think we're on number 14, and that is to complete a crossword all by myself. So I'm not really that good at crosswords, but then I think back to like a few years ago, I wasn't that good at Sudoku, and now I do it often and I'm pretty good at it. So I want to finish a whole crossword by myself. Maybe not like one in a newspaper, because those are sometimes kind of hard, but just like a crossword. Just figure out the answers and finish it by myself. And like, that could take a really long time, but I'm gonna do it. Number 15 is to make a blessings jar. So I've seen a lot of people do this where they, at the beginning of the year, they, you know, get a jar and they kind of decorate it or whatever. And anytime anything good happens or something makes them happy or anything like that, they just write it down on a piece of paper and put it in that jar. And then at the end of the year, they like reread everything that's in it, and it just makes them feel good. So I wanna do that for the year that I'm 25. Just anytime anything good happens, I can just jot it down, put it in the jar, and then next year I can read all those things and just feel good about everything. Number 16 is to learn how to drive a standard. I only know how to drive automatic. I have my driver's license. I'm a pretty good driver, but I only know how to drive automatic. And my mom's car is a standard. And when I was 16 and learning how to drive, I had to learn on someone else's car. Like, we borrowed a friend's car, God bless them, because I didn't know how to drive standard, and that's all my mom had. And like, ever since I got my license and like was comfortable driving in general, she's been like, okay, I'm gonna teach you how to drive a standard. And like, it's been 9 years and I still don't know. So going to learn how to drive a standard. It's gonna happen, because like, I feel like that's just a skill. Like, that's just something, like, you never know. If you know how to drive a standard, then literally anytime anyone needs you to drive their car, you can be like, I can do that. Number 17, I think is what we're on, is to do something special for New Year's Eve next year, from 2015 into 2016. I've never really been a big like New Year's Eve, woo, kind of person, because I think it's just like, it's expensive and it's just all hyped up, and it's never as good as what you think it's gonna be. But just to do something special. I'm leaving it very vague, because like, I don't know where I'm gonna be next year. I don't know what I'm gonna be doing. So I'm leaving it very wide open, but just something more than sitting on my couch by myself watching Dick Clark's New Year's Rockin' Eve on TV, which is what I did this year. But but I had wine, so it was okay. Number 18 is to try lobster again. So I don't eat red meat or poultry, but I eat fish and seafood because I love it. And I have tried lobster and I don't like it. And I think it's because when they give you like a whole lobster and then you have to like take it all apart, it feels too much like an animal to me. And like, I can't. But everyone I know is like, lobster. And like, I feel like I should like the taste of lobster. I just don't like taking it apart. So I want to try lobster and like have it given to me as like just the lobster meat without all of the other parts that I have to break off. But I want to try lobster again because I feel like I should like it. Like all other fish and seafood, I feel like I should like lobster. Number 19 is to take a dance class. So I used to dance from when I was like 2 until I was 18, till I finished high school. Like I wasn't competitive, but I did all different kinds of dance. In like grade 11 and 12, I taught dance. Like I used to love it. And then I started university, I moved away from home. I just didn't have a studio to go to and I was busy and like blah, blah, blah. And I really miss taking dance classes. Like I used to love it. And like I said, I never did competitive. I wasn't like amazing, but like it was just a fun thing to do. So I want to take a dance class. Again, probably hip hop because that was like my jam back when I was in high school. But yeah, I want to take a dance class again. Number 20 is to bike part of the Lake Ontario waterfront trail. So it goes from like, not Montreal, but from like the border between Ontario and Quebec right through pretty much to like Niagara Falls. Like it goes right along Lake Ontario, and where my mom's house is, it's like really, really close to the trail to Lake Ontario, blah, blah, blah. So I want to make some time, probably with my mom, probably wouldn't do it by myself, I'd get lost, to bike part of the trail. Again, not the whole trail, because like, that's long, but to bike part of the waterfront trail. Number 21 is to go golfing. So I have known how to golf probably since I was like a pre-teen or like maybe early teens. Like I've known for like over 10 years how to golf. Like I'm not good because I don't do it very often, but like I know how to. Like I know what the things and I know how to golf. I didn't sound like I do, but I do. And I just haven't been golfing in a few years because of, I can only golf during the summer and like everywhere, and I have golf clubs and I know how to golf, so I want to go golfing at least once this year. Number 22 is to go to a Blue Jays game. So I grew up near Toronto and we were all like, Blue Jays, Blue Jays. Like I always went to Blue Jay games. Joe Carter was my favorite, still is. He's my bae. I hate that word, but like it's true. And we used to always go to Blue Jay games. And then since I moved away and I'm never really in Toronto in the summer, so it's just been difficult to get to a Blue Jays game and I miss it. And like, I don't even find baseball that interesting, but just like going to the Sky Dome or the Rogers Center, whatever it's called now, and like, oh, I just love Blue Jay games. So I definitely want to go to one this year. Number 23 is to take a kickboxing class. So back when I was in like junior high, I used to do kickboxing and like we had like belt colors and like we did sparring, but I was the only girl, so I wasn't allowed to spar because the boys couldn't hit a girl, but I didn't want to be hit, so that was okay. But I used to love kickboxing and then I just haven't done it in a while, and like it's good exercise and it's fun, so maybe not like one like that where there's like sparring and like we're actually fighting, but even just like a cardio kickbox class at the gym or something, I think that would be awesome. Number 24 is to go to the gym at least 2 or 3 times a week. So I like exercising, and it's just sometimes I just don't have the motivation to get up off my butt and go to the gym. So I'm making it one of my goals. And like over the summer, I'm gonna be working at a camp, so like I'm not gonna be near a gym, and I don't know what I'm gonna be doing in the fall, but I know at least for like the next 4 months until the end of April, I work at a pool that has a gym, I go to a school that has a gym, like go to the gym. And the last one, this kind of just goes full circle right back to the first one, is to try making 5 new appetizers. So like I said, I love cooking, and like I know how to make like main course meals. I'm not very good when it comes to like the appetizers or the desserts. I don't really like baking all that much, but I like, you know, cooking. So I want to try and make 5 different like appetizers or like dips or hors d'oeuvres, that sort of thing. Not just like, you know, buying a box of frozen hors d'oeuvres and putting them in the oven, like actually making something, whether it's like I said, like a dip or whatever it is, just like try to make 5 appetizers that I could actually like take to someone's house or serve if people come over to my house, that sort of thing. And so that's it. Those are the 25 things that I want to do while I'm 25, and I'm making this video, like I said, so that I can be accountable. So at any time in the next 365 days, you can send me a message on YouTube or Twitter or wherever and just be like, Shauna, what have you done? And I will try and do like update videos. I guess some of these things I can be like, look, I'm hiking, I'm running a 5K, look at me at this cooking class. But some of them are like I'm not gonna film myself every time I go to the gym and be like, I went 2 times a week for this many weeks, like, you know what I mean? But I'll try and keep you guys updated and like fill you in on what's going on with all of these things, but definitely keep me accountable and let me know down in the comments any goals that you have for yourself, whether they're like New Year's resolutions or like 2015 goals or anything like that. I would love to know. And if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. I would really, really appreciate it. Don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss the next time I post a video. Thanks for watching. Bye.